Hi everyone, welcome back. So we were discussing about carbon and its compound chapter. I hope everyone is doing good. Today we'll be going to learn the next part, that is our nomenclature. I think everyone knows the next part is that nomenclature. What is this nomenclature? Nomenclature of organic compound. Nomenclature of organic compounds. Now what is meant by organic compound? Organic compound is nothing but we can say as carbon compounds. Carbon compounds. Okay. Now what is meant by nomenclature? Nomenclature is nothing but naming. Naming, how to give the naming for carbon compounds. As we already know that there are millions of carbon compound. So it is difficult to name the naming for each and every carbon compound that is contains millions of carbon compounds in the nature. So here comes our international union. What is that? IUPAC. IUPAC. Now what is this IUPAC? IUPAC is nothing but International Union for Pure and Applied Chemistry. International Union for Pure and Applied Chemistry. So they had given a step-by-step method to name any carbon compound, and that name will be only for that particular carbon compound and for that particular carbon compound structure. So how they have given? They have made a step-by-step method. All the steps that they have categorized into main three parts. That is, our first one is our prefix. Then comes our word root, and then comes our suffix. Prefix, word root, suffix. Now in prefix is again subcategorized into four parts. First one is our number. Second one is our numerical prefix, and third one is our primary prefix, and fourth one is our secondary prefix. So this number, what does this number says about? Number tells about on which carbon whatever the substituent is there. A substituent in the sense what we have seen, halogens. It may be halogens, it may be alkyl group, alkyl in the sense what, hydrocarbon group, it may be alkoxy, hydroxy carbon group, or second grade functional group. What is the second grade functional? I'll be saying in this class only. So here these are comes under on which carbon all these things are present. That tells about our number. And then what is this numerical prefix says about? Numerical prefix says if same type of substituents are present, like two halogens are present. Halogen means what? It may be chlorine, bromine, or iodine, goes on like that. If two types of same substituents are present, you will be naming it as di. If it contains three substituents, we will be saying it as tri. If it is more than three, we will be saying it as tetra. Understood? So in that way, that is our numerical prefix says about. Next one is our primary prefix. What does our primary prefix says about? Primary prefix says about our cyclic compound. We will be writing a name called as cyclo to where in front of the word root, means here this part. When you will be writing it as cyclo, if it is a closed structure, if the carbon compound is a closed structure, we will be naming it as what? Cyclo, like cyclopentane, cycloheptane, cyclohexane, goes on like that. Then secondary prefix. What does the secondary prefix says about? Secondary prefix says about our substituents or our as I said, second grade functional group. That's what our secondary prefix says about. Understood everyone? So this is about our prefix part. Then comes our word root. Word root means what? Our parent chain. Parent chain means what? Tells if it contains two carbons in it, in the parent chain we will be saying it as what? Ethane. If it contains three carbon, we will be name it as what? Propane. That's what our parent chain says about. Next one is our what? Suffix. And what does this suffix says about? See here again I will write here suffix is again divided. Whatever the suffix is there, Second suffix is again divided into two parts. First one is our primary suffix, second one is our secondary suffix. What does this primary suffix says about? Primary suffix says about our saturation of a compound. Saturation and unsaturation of a compound means what? If it contains single bond between the carbon, then when you are writing the parent chain or the name of a compound, at the last we will be writing it as ane. Okay, if it contains double bond in it, we will be writing it as what? We will be writing, if it contains double bond in it, we will be naming it as ene. Okay, and if it contains triple bond in it, we will be writing it as ine. That's what our what is that primary suffix says about. And coming to the secondary suffix, it tells about our main functional group. Main functional group in the sense, if, as I said, when I'm saying about the functional group, I said if it is an alcohol, if it is an alcohol, at the last we'll be writing it as what? OL to it, means what? Methanol, ethanol, propanol, pentanol. If it contains aldehyde in it, then we'll be writing it as what? Al at the last of the name of the compound, like methanol, ethanol, propanol. If it contains ketone in it, we'll be writing as one. Okay, methane 1 on, methane ethane 2 on, like that. Understood? So that is our step-by-step method. So here we have seen that whatever the steps are there, it is mainly divided into three parts. That is our prefix, word root, and suffix. Let's see what are the steps. What are they? We have got 11 steps to write a naming of a compound. So let's see what are these 11 steps. Okay, let's see the nomenclature. As I already told, 11 steps are there. Let's see the 11 steps to write the naming, or you can say the nomenclature. What are the 11 steps to find the nomenclature of carbon compounds? Okay, what are the 11 steps? Let's start with the first step. It is our number. Okay, number. What does this number says about? Number says about to which carbon the substituents or the functional group or the alkyl group is present. Okay, after number we will be giving preference for our second step. It is our numerical prefix. Numerical prefix. Okay, now this numerical prefix says about what? Numerical prefix says about if this same type of substance is present. You think that chlorine or bromine, if there are two same type of substance, you will be writing it as what? Di. Okay, or you can write as tri. If it is more than 3, you will be writing as tetra. That's what our numerical prefix says about. After numerical prefix, our third step is what? Our secondary. Okay, secondary prefix. What does the secondary prefix says about? As I already told, secondary prefix says about our substituents, or substituents like in the sense halogen groups, or it can be a alkyl group, or alkoxy group, means hydroxy group, or it may be a second grade functional group. Second grade functional group means what? If there are two functional group in it, so first one will act as a main functional group and second one will act as a second grade functional group. So secondary prefix is about what? Second grade functional group. After secondary prefix, then our next step will be what? Our next step will be primary prefix. Now this primary prefix is optional. If, as I said, if the carbon compound is a closed structure, then you will be writing as what? You will be writing as cyclo, where in front of the word root. So our next step will be what? Our word root. Word root means what? As I said, it is our parent chain. As if it contains, as I said, if it contains two carbons, if it contains two carbons, we'll be writing it as what? It may be a ethane. If it contains 3 carbon, it can be a propane, goes on like that. So it tells about the main chain carbon group. After word root, our next step will be what? Again number. Okay, number. Now what does this number? After number, again it starts with what? Numerical prefix. After numerical prefix, then comes our primary suffix. Now primary suffix says about what? Tells about the saturated and unsaturated carbon compound. If it contains a single bond, you will be writing it as what? Ane at the last of the name of the compound. If it contains double bond, we will be writing it as what? You will be writing it as ene. Okay, if it contains triple bond in it, you will be writing it as what? Ine. So that's what our primary suffix is about. So here number, Number says about on which carbon this saturate or some double bond or triple bond is present. Primary is a numerical prefix says about what, if it is of same, if it contains 2 double bond, we will writing it as di. If it contains 3 double bond, we will bring it as tri. So that's what our primary suffix. After primary suffix, again it comes our what? Comes our number. Number, again what? Numerical prefix. After that, last our secondary suffix. Secondary suffix means what? Our main functional group. Okay, main functional group. So here this number says about what, on which carbon our main functional group is present. And if it contains 2 same type of functional group, then you will be writing it as what? Di. Okay, so main functional group, if it is a alcohol, as I said, if it is a alcohol, you'll be writing it as what? OL at the last of the name of the compound. Exact example, methanol, ethanol, propanol. If it contains aldehyde in it, then you will be writing it as what? AL, methanol, propanol, okay, pentanol, like that. So this is our 11th step. If you observe here, first step, second step, our third step, fourth step, fifth step, sixth step, then seventh step, 8th, 9th, 10th, and our 11th step. So by following this 11th step, you will be able to write the name for any carbon compound. As I said, there are millions of carbon compound here. So in the millions of carbon compound, by following this 11th step, you will be able to write the name for any carbon compound. Okay, in the next part, I'll be saying you in detail how to write the name of the compound by using this step. I hope everyone understood this today's part. Thank you. Have a good day.